will be arriving soon.
But it's been seconds. Can you not go seconds without being this cocky?
The puzzle isn't all I need. According to the ancient scriptures...
Ancient scriptures, yada yada yada. Someone tell Merrick here that we are here to play a children's card game and not have an archaeology class.
In order to possess the pharaoh's power, one must also hold all 3 Egyptian god cards.
Well, this guy can't keep his evil scheme straight. Merrick, there is a massive hole in your plan that is big enough for Jeff Bezos' penis rocket to penetrate it. Because how are you supposed to use the 3 Egyptian gods with the Millennium Puzzle when your current deal with Bakura is to give him the items? You think that evil prick's just gonna hand the puzzle over to you?
Go turn on the lights. I thought I heard something.
Wait, whoa. He seriously just gave that entire evil exposition with maniacal laugh included out loud? Merrick needs to find it somewhere to restrain himself. He nearly gave himself away.
Here comes someone now.
Guys, I've got a bad feeling about this. Hey, you think it's that evil creep Merrick?
Well, rest assured, whoever this 4th duelist is apparently an airbender, because why is the air freaking out like this?
I don't know what it is, but there's something I don't trust about this guy.
Joey, it's been minutes, and already you're being a Sigma Chad, pinning that Merrick is not who he says he is. Are you Speedwagon? In this shot, Merrick was standing next to Yugi and crew, but in the very next second, he is yards away in what appears to be, very creepy photobomb. Mokuba and Seto Kaiba's synchronized arm crossing.
I am Merrick. I should disqualify you right now for capturing my little brother Mokuba. But you have something that I want. And before the finals are over, your Egyptian god card will be mine.
Or, better idea, disqualify him and have your weeb mafia just eliminate him and then take his god card. What exactly is happening to the lighting in this arena that is making everyone cast a shadow like this?
It's Kaiba's Blimp!
It's huge.
That's what she said.
Let us go on.
We'll be quiet.
Evidently, Tristan finds Tea's cooties extremely horrifying.
It is against the rules.
Give it a rest, Roland.
All along, I thought this guy with the thin mustache was Roland because he actually makes an appearance in Duel Links, but now Mokuba is calling this guy Roland. So which one of these douchebags is Roland? Or could they possibly both be named Roland? Okay, first Merrick, then Bakura, then Odeon, and now Ishizu is causing the winds of fate to lose their sh**. Not only do I find this blimp utterly terrifying, but hi everyone, this is Other Prodigy here to let you know that Prodigy has a fear of balloons. So yeah, he's scared of this thing, so you can only imagine how much this thing would make him want to his pants. So yeah, there's a little explanation for you just in case that last line didn't make sense. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of this terrible video. For some reason in the dub, the words dual disc were edited off from the sub version. I don't know why they made this change, but I think it's actually a good change, because it's kind of stupid to have just the words dual disc on the sides of your blimp. It'd be like if Michelin flew a blimp to advertise tires, but instead of them having their company logo and mascot, it just had the word tires on the side.
The last time I checked, monkeys can't fly.
Monkey? Who's he calling a monkey?
At this point, we should just start calling him Joey McFly, because just like Marty hates being called a chicken, Joey hates being called a monkey.
I'm aware that you haven't played your Egyptian god card since you won it, but it's time for that to end right here and now. So it had better be in your deck during the finals because I intend to win it.
This is actually a funny little loophole that is not discussed a lot, but the rules do not state that the loser has to relinquish their rarest card in their collection to the winner, but rather the rarest card in their deck. So not running Slifer the Sky Dragon would mean that Yugi would have had to relinquish Dark Magician or Summon Skull to the winner. So I think that's a funny little exploit there, because he could just not run Slifer, and Kaiba will never get his Slifer the Sky Dragon.
I'll be the world's greatest duelist, and the owner of all 3 Egyptian god cards, making my deck unbeatable.
I think what you meant to say was more bricky, because judging by how your history of starting hands is, you'd open something that looked like this, and yeah, that's not good.
I have a tournament to run.
Man, this balloon is full of hot air.
That is one Brooklyn singer so far. How many will we get in this episode?
I'll never forget this sight. Never.
Thanks, sis.
For what? I'm the one who should be thanking you for all this. You're the greatest brother and my best friend.
My allergies are acting up.
So are mine.
And I'm gonna win this thing with your support, Serenity. No way am I gonna let Kaiba or anyone else discourage me.
Unlike Merrick, who wants to engage in a soliloquy every other 5 minutes, Joey can actually keep his mouth shut when he thinks to himself, but the downside is that he looks like this.
Nah, I think Yugi's room room is bigger.
What's the matter? You guys never heard of a doorbell?
It seems wherever Joey goes, hilarity ensues because this scene of them raiding his room is one of the funniest things on this blimp. Or is it a Zeppelin? Or perhaps a dirigible? I'm confused.
I'll ask Serenity if she wants to check out the romantic view with me. Excuse me. Hey, Serenity, want to check out the view?
Oh, sure.
That was my line. Come on!
In addition, this little rivalry between Duke and Tristan for Serenity's heart is also gold.
Go bother Yugi.
Nah, we wanted to make sure he had some peace and quiet before the finals started, Joey.
I'm dueling too, you know.
Huh? Oh, that's right.
That was hilarious, but I gotta sin that for dissing my main man Joey.
Once I wield all three, I'll be unbeatable.
There are two sins here, one for the maniacal laugh cliche, and two for Kaiba's mouth being 50% of his face here. In the sub, Maya is shown to be drinking wine or whatever that is, but in the dub, they instead alter it to make it look like she's drinking milk. Yeah, milk.
Before long, the 3 Egyptian god cards, as well as the Millennium Puzzle, will be mine.
So this tattoo on Merrick's back is Raw, Slifer, and Obelisk. Yeah, you could have had me fooled because Slifer looks like a velociraptor if a kid drew it, Raw looks like a chicken, and Obelisk looks like a Bakugan when you open it up.
With Odeon and Bakura dueling for me, and Yugi believing me to be his kind-hearted friend Namu, victory will surely be mine!
Ah yes, your plan is foolproof! Unless, of course, you get matched against Odeon, Bakura, or even Yugi himself, in which case your plan is royally f***ed! So what do you think about that, you Egyptian bitch? No offense to Egyptians out there.
How did he recover so quickly and become a Battle City finalist? Unless the person on board isn't Bakura.
Bakura.
Flashback.
Before we begin, let me just say, may the best man win.
I think it's actually kind of funny hearing Merrick's normal voice that's not, I will take your card, Pharaoh. So I don't know which way to cut this because I want to sin it because it sounds so forced and cursed. But at the same time, I think it sounds so funny, so I feel like it warrants a sin off. So, since I don't know what to do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and flip a coin. Okay, heads I remove a sin, tails I add the sin. Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I never do get head. I mean heads. Okay, sin added, sin added.
Kaiba spared no expense, but I'm ready to stop schmoozing.
Schmoozing.
How'd you qualify so fast anyway?
It was quite simple, Joey. I simply dueled someone who was silly enough to hand over all 6. Ah, really? That's interesting. Yes, even more interesting that they're all in hell now. What'd you say, Bakura? Oh, nothing. Sure it was British, though.
When are we gonna find out who we duel, Kaiba?
You're in quite a rush just to lose, Wheeler.
Ah, the second instance of Kaiba being an absolute douchebag to Joey. Can we get a third, ladies and gentlemen?
Now, first 2 duelists for round 1 will be chosen by lottery.
What's the jackpot?
I find it both funny and cute that they actually made this Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Bingo Machine a Blue Eyes support card in the future, in the form of Bingo Machine Go.
My presence is not required. Some things cannot be explained, but I can assure you with certainty that I will not be chosen for the first duel.
All I know is that this guy's exact thoughts are, why are all the nuts in this tournament?
I welcome you to the Stratos Dueling Arena.
Contrary to the name, this dueling arena has nothing to do with elemental hero Stratos, which is a major sin because Stratos is the best searcher. Changed my mind, I won't listen.
Marine is now cruising at an altitude of 4,000 feet. The strong winds and cold air will test your strength and stamina. If you can't take it, you don't belong here.
Just 4,000 feet. What does it matter if the duelists are a little cold? This duel should be held at 26,000 feet above sea level. That way both duelists and innocent bystanders will just have their breath stolen from them from being in the death zone. That seems like it's more up Kaiba's alley.
Wearing that Millennium Ring again.
That can't be. I got rid of it at Duelist Kingdom.
Flashback. It's kind of a miracle that Tristan even got a hold of the Millennium Ring to begin with, since it's shown itself time and time again to be inside Bakura. That's kind of gross, actually.
He knows I desire the 7 Millennium items, but he has no idea how I intend to obtain them.
Yep, I call malarkey on that one, because you don't think Yugi remembers how your Millennium item has an undying boner for the other items that helps you locate them?
Yugi, perhaps there is something else that I am planning to take away from you.
His virginity?
So many secrets being kept from you. For instance, how do you know that I am working alone?
And are you sure that one of the people you believe to be your friend isn't really your greatest enemy?
Oh yeah, drop hints that Namu is really Merrick. That won't come back to bite you later.
If you want the items, you're going to play this by my rules.
So, can all the Millennium Item users speak telepathically like this, or just the evil douchebags? Roland's upward finger point indicates to me that he is a JoJo fan.
It's time to duel!
Plus 10 sins to Roland, the guy who I believe to be Roland, for stealing Yugi's catchphrase.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Now, Gazelle, attack his life points directly!
I can win this duel with one more attack!
Insane amounts of shame points for Yugi for not ending the duel here. He seriously didn't have another monster to summon? Even if that was Summon Skull in his hand, he contributed off for one of his weaker monsters and win the duel. I dare one of you to put your hand into the buzzsaw that is Bakura's hair.
3 of my monsters needed to be destroyed before I could bring forth my Dark Destructor.
He's talking about Dark Necrophere, which needs to banish 3 fiends from the grave in order to special summon itself, but why did he have to take all that damage first? He could have just played his monsters in defense mode. That would have worked too. That grunt was not necessary. The baby doll that Dark Necrophere is supposed to be holding here has been edited out from the dub, which leaves her looking very awkward.
That monster's creeping me out.
Oh really, that's what's scaring you? Because the only thing that's creeping me out in this shot is Joey's eyes.
Dark Necrophere is one of the most destructive cards in my deck. You'll never stop it.
Ha! You'll never stop my Dark Necrophere. Unless, of course, if you summon Slifer the Sky Dragon, or Dark Magician, or even summon Skull. You know, my deck really sucks, doesn't it?
You were foolish enough not to attack me when you had the chance. Now you shall pay the price. As I draw, this!
Yugi very hilariously draws from his hand here instead of his deck. Yugi just went -1 for us right now. I find it very weird they would censor Dark Magician Girl's legs in this specific shot, but not anywhere else.
Do you realize that I've manipulated every move you've made so far? Including destroying Dark Necrophere. So I can play this.
Oh yeah, just disregard the fact that Dark Necrophere has a legitimate graveyard effect and just play this field spell instead.
The field is covered with a magic so terrifying, it will keep you in a constant state of fear.
Oh yeah, he's quaking in his boots. I mean, look at that look of fear on Yugi's face right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Since you made the mistake of attacking me with a monster that was possessed, half of your monster's attack points come out of your life points.
No, that is complete hogwash, because the Dark Sanctuary field spell requires a coin flip in order to determine if the effect will be applied or not. Although, admittedly, I will say that Bakura's evil banter will have a lot of bite taken out of it if you had to follow it up with, but first I must flip a coin, Yugi.
I play Destiny 4.
That's weird. All that fuss for a board game?
I saw one of those things once at a haunted funhouse.
You mean there's gonna be more ghosts?
Hold on, Joey. Isn't this all just a game?
If only you knew.
I'll defeat you well before its message is spelled out in 4 more turns.
Yep, that's pretty much how it goes for Destiny board players. All 6 of them.
I can wipe him out with one direct attack! As long as he doesn't stop my attack with that face-down card.
Well, no, you sausage, because the field spell is already the thing protecting his life points.
I summon Karibo in defense mode!
Well, I'm glad to learn that Yugi's brain is not completely smooth because he finally played Karibo in defense position.
Wait!
Yes?
Our dual discs only have 5 slots, which means only 5 magic cards can be in play at once, and each of your letters is 1 magic card.
Very observant, Yugi. However, with Dark Sanctuary, I can play more than 5 magic cards.
Rather than going with Dark Sanctuary's actual effect, he says that he can play his letters as extra magic cards. So even if we're gonna go with that, where are you going to put them? There are only 5 spaces, man. This dual disc is not big enough for your made-up shenanigans, Bakura.
Maybe he's overthinking all this, and the key is not to think at all, like Tristan does.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled program of dueling to the death with some Duke Devlin shenanigans.
Sangan's special effect allows me to draw 1 more card after it's been sent to the graveyard.
It actually just searches a 1500 attack or below monster from the deck, but whatever. Card advantage with Sangan, yo.
But which one should my ghost hide within? Yes, he'd never suspect that I'd choose Dark Magician Girl twice in a row.
Well, yes, he actually would. Anyone with a brain would, because it's the strongest monster on the field.
Yugi's running out of life points pretty fast. He's a goner.
Oh no! Are you saying Yugi's gonna lose?
Hey, you! When one of our buddies is dueling, we support him all the way. So think positive, or you're going overboard. Yugi, he's our man!
Cheering intimidation.
If I attack him with one more monster that's possessed, I'll lose the rest of my life points and be eliminated from the finals. If I could only figure out how to destroy the evil ghost of Dark Sanctuary.
The unceremonious answer, everyone, is Dispel. Just use Dispel. This deck dies to Dispel, so just Destiny draw it already, Yug.
Behold! The trap card collected power! It forces certain magic cards to focus their effect on Karibo.
I am stating here and now that I, Prodigy, am convinced that Karibo can make anything look cute, including looking into the magic formula equip card as if he's been presented with calculus for the first time. Not that this ultimately affects Yugi's master plan here, but the collective powers trap only equips equip spells to targets that are eligible. And since magic formula can only be equipped to Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, it should be destroyed right here. Well, unless if Karibo is Dark Magician in disguise? Sin retracted? Karibo getting a headache studying for the algebra finals is also worth another sin off.
I knew I had to play my trap card, Collective Powers, because it would force your evil ghost right out of its hiding place and into Karibo.
Okay, so the evil ghost that has been floating around this arena, which is just a physical representation of Dark Sanctuary's effect, is not actually an effect, it's an equip spell. What is this lunacy?
I'll use this, a magic card called Exile of the Wicked.
Oh, hey, look, another change to the card art here. Instead of the original art, which is a creepy friar who wants to lure you into the back of his van under the guise of being a man of God, has been instead replaced with a creepy friar still who just straight up wants to drug your arse and throw you in the back of the windowless van instead. Either way, it's a double sin.
And now, evil spirit of Dark Sanctuary, be gone!
Karibo has been beaten to a pulp, sliced in half, blown to fuzz, and disintegrated by magic numerous times just to keep our life points from dropping. I commend you for that, best fuzz boy, but plus 20 sins for him being the absolute punching bag of Yugi's deck to the point that now he's being used as a sacrificial body for exorcism.
Time is running out. Look at the Destiny board.
Bakura adds the third letter to the Destiny board, which is the letter N, but you can see here on the Ouija board that it's actually hovering over the letter A. And the reason it's doing this is because the original word it was spelling out was death. But since the word death is too edgy for the oh-so-innocent American children, they decided to change it to final rather than death instead.
Look at your duel disc. You have 5 magic cards in play, and you have no room for any others. So if you want to play the last letter of your message, you must discard your Dark Door magic card and its effect on my monsters, allowing me to attack more than once in a turn. And with no monsters to protect you and only 1,200 life points, my 3 monsters would wipe you out in one turn. The decision is yours.
Well, no, the choice is not his. Bakura is clogged. End of story. You can't just discard your continuous magic cards. Apparently, Yami Bakura has a stand of Yami Bakura.
I've done it, Yugi. The time has arrived for me to regain my control. The card I hold in my hand is my key to annihilating you.
What card have you drawn?
You'll just have to find out next week, Yugi. Yeah. You gotta really give props to Roland for not even flinching throughout the duration of this evil nonsense. Bakura setting a trap in the monster zone is about as cursed as you'd imagine it would be.
That won't help you. Thanks to my face-down card, Dark Spirit of the Silent.
Wait a sec, I thought Battle City's rules said that your deck had to be comprised purely of one-ofs. Bakura already used this card, he is hacking!
I sacrifice Dark Magician Girl, Gamma the Magnet Warrior, and Big Shield Gardener to summon the almighty Slifer the Sky Dragon!
Behold, the best Egyptian god descending on this world, wrapping around this blimp 7 times at least, and making the spirit of the Millennium Ring sweat. Slifer the Sky Dragon! White Atem. It just looks very strange knowing how he looks later on in the series, for me, as I'm sure it does for the rest of you. These couple of frames of Joey's bunny face or whatever that is golden.
What do you want, Merrick?
Hey, come up here and get a piece of this!
Joey! I don't think you want to mess with this guy, man!
They think he's me.
Merrick, we get it. Odeon isn't really you. How many times are you gonna say this, my man?
Those fools already believe me to be a friend named Namu. Yugi believes me to be on his side. And Yugi believing me to be his kind-hearted friend Namu? You have no idea that I'm really Merrick. They think he's me.
What am I doing here in this duel? What happened to my arm?
It is him.
He's in pain. Without the spirit of the ring, he is weak. Therefore, you may wish to reconsider your attack. The devastation caused by Slifer the Sky Dragon could make your friend's condition even worse.
Odeon using the Millennium Rod to free the spirit of the Millennium Ring, putting good Bakura back in control, is scummy, underhanded, and really adding a lot of good tension to this duel.
Make your move or lose your spot in the finals. Now go.
Come on! What kind of show you guys running here?
Get down or you will be disqualified from the finals as well.
What? Are you kidding me? Oh, if I come down there, he's not the only one who's gonna need medical attention. You are too!
And another sin off the counter for Joey yet again, proving that he is the best character.
Merrick, I must step in.
They actually had a master plan going that was just about to win them the game, but evidently the spirit of the Millennium Ring is having a brain aneurysm right now.
Come on, Yugi.
All right, it's time. Now, go, Slifer the Sky Dragon! Attack!
Yugi's won this duel, but I'll be back to take what's mine. Soon I shall control the world's greatest power!
Although I do acknowledge Merrick as being the main antagonist in this specific arc of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I have to say that the spirit of the Millennium Ring strikes me as the most sinister and epic of the villains. I mean, just look at how he eats this Thunder Force attack, cackling all the way. And amidst all his excitement, Roland saluted Hitler so hard that he broke his arm.
Even though the spirit of the ring is evil and controls Bakura against his will, it seems to still need Bakura in order to survive.
Did you come up with that deduction yourself? Did you have L. Lolliot help you out with that one? I mean, Bakura is kind of the vessel for the spirit.
As the winner of the duel, you are entitled to take the rarest card from your opponent's deck. So it's time to claim your prize, Yugi.
No way! I think Bakura's been through enough already.
Yugi being an absolute Sigma male, not taking Bakura's rare card and refusing to elaborate aside, what card would he even have taken if he decided to take Bakura's rare card? Would it be Dark Necrophy or the Destiny board? And if it was going to be Destiny board, would we have to take the other 4 spirit messages as well?
Even though the evil spirit was in control, you still ended up attacking Bakura.
No, since the evil spirit was in control of Bakura when I attacked him, the real Bakura was spared.
This is all so confusing.
For once, it actually is confusing, because it's still Bakura's body in the end, isn't it? I mean, with the way they're making this sound, they're saying you can behead Bakura while the evil spirit is in control and have nothing happen to the real Bakura.
It's gone. Huh? What's gone? Bakura's Millennium Ring. I don't get it, guys.
That thing seems to come and go all the time without any explanation.
Kinda like my father. Merrick really couldn't let this episode end without another maniacal laugh cliche. You know, with that look and the slow, weird 1980s pornographic music playing in the background and how she's saying how Joey's not gonna last with her, makes me feel like she's not talking about dueling. She wants that Brooklyn salami.
Who gave who last time?
Pure luck. Besides, Duelist Kingdom's ancient history and...
Ancient history? Duelist Kingdom ended like 2 weeks ago. Okay, I didn't send this nightmare face that happened earlier because it was pretty funny and it lasted about as long as a Blue Eyes White Dragon Duel Links combo. But, however, I will be awarding this one a sin, or 2, or 50 on account of it being horrifying.
Word on the street is we put them on our duel discs and the secret site is revealed.
That makes sense to me.
Ah, yes.